What's up, good people? Let me know that you can hear me in the chat by typing either Color Purple, Happy Holidays, Merry Christmas, something to let me know that you can hear me in the chat. We are going to get right into it today. We are talking about Taraji P. Henson's viral moment over the past couple days where that really brought her to tears and brought to the attention of a lot of people. Conversation we've heard before, but conversation that is needed still, and after all these years, and that is the inequity of pay when it comes to black actresses in specific she was talking about, but really black performers as a whole. Thank you to thank you to everyone who let me know that you could hear me by typing Happy Holidays and Friday, Paradox True, and Kimberly. I don't know if the chat is going slow or what. y'all ain't saying nothing. But I'm just trying to make sure. Okay, there we go. I don't know if the chat is a little slower or something, but thank you to everyone who's letting me know that you can hear me in the chat. Alice and here we go. Marlena, Renee S, Deborah, etc. Y'all asleep? And thank you to the 93% of you who have already hit that like button, and to the 6% of you who have not as of yet. When you get a chance, that would be greatly appreciated. It definitely goes very far into helping this channel and this platform grow. Also, if you are new to this channel, if you could hit that subscribe button, it would be not only greatly appreciated by me, but you would also appreciate it once you see what we have over here to offer. First official poll question I just put in the chat is, have you seen the viral videos of Taraji saying that she wants to quit Hollywood? As I stated, she went viral earlier this week regarding the lack of pay equity for Black actresses and her struggle at age 53 to rise in pay in the pay ladder, despite her accolades, including an Oscar nomination and starring in box office nominated films such as Hidden Figures, which is the double entendre that I used in the thumbnail. Hidden Figures is a movie she's been in, but they've also been hiding her figures, as in her she's trying to get up there to 8-9 figures. They had them from her. So Taraji has been on a press tour for her newest role in the highly anticipated Color Purple remake, which we've been hearing a ton about. We started hearing about it a few months ago. What was that? Was that October, y'all? Or was it earlier? Was it like August or something? Where we were when they first premiered the trailer, and Oprah has been talking about it nonstop ever since. But they have been on overdrive with the tour, with the press tour of it. And so with the remake of The Color Purple, Taraji is playing the role of singer-star Shug Avery, which was originally played by Margaret Avery in the original film back in, what was that, 85, y'all? Something like that, in the 1980s. The word is that Taraji turned down the same role that when it was offered to her when it was a Broadway play. And that's the Hollywood Reporter cover that Taraji, Fantasia, and oh Lord, I know her name. Y'all put her name in the chat. Lord, why am I? Danielle. Forgetting her full name though, but Danielle were in the Hollywood Reporter, a Hollywood Reporter article. They're on the cover with Oprah. And in the interview that she did with the Hollywood Reporter, Taraji shared her struggles with Hollywood and how she almost quit twice. And she was quoted as saying, "Listen, I've been doing this for a decade, for 2 decades, and sometimes I get tired of fighting because I know what I do is bigger than me. I know that the legacy I will leave will affect somebody coming up behind me. I've tried twice to walk away from the business. She says, but I can't, because if I do, how does that help the ones coming behind me? There's some truth to that. It's a struggle when you're in a creative field and in the arts and stuff. It's a struggle. One of the other quotes that she had in the article that I love, she says, "I'm winning when those zeros get right on that check." You know what I'm saying? It's like, don't be just telling me I'm winning because I'm a busy actress, because I'm in many films. Show me I'm winning with this check. She says, I'm tired. I'm tired. So this was captured in also when she went over to the Gayle King show. Taraji later breaks down on the Gayle King in the House show on Sirius XM. I'm like, in the house? I don't know if that title, Gayle King and in the house, it sounds a little extra slang, urban. In the house. But in the House show on Sirius XM, the Gayle King show, when Gayle asked her to elaborate about her experience in the industry, and elaborate more about the experiences she was speaking about in the Hollywood Reporter article, she went on to, hold on, y'all, let me pull it in. I neglected to put my videos in. And the computer's not showing the file. Here we go. Bear with me, hold your horses, talk amongst yourselves, all that good stuff. Here we go, video. Here it is. So in this video that's about to play, this is her explaining really what the struggle's been like.
You're thinking about stopping acting. We said, stop talking. Are you thinking about it?
I'm just tired of working so hard, being gracious at what I do, getting paid a fraction of the cost. I'm tired of hearing my sisters say the same thing over and over. You get tired. I hear people go, you work a lot. Well, have to. The math ain't mathing. And when you start working a lot, you know, you have a team. Big bills come with what we do. We don't do this alone. The fact that we're up, there's a whole entire team behind us. They have to get paid. So when you hear someone saying, oh, such a...
So that was the moment that went viral all over social media. And there were quite a few celebrities to chime in as well. One of them was Robin Thede, who said, watch this. Taraji is telling the absolute truth. 70 to 80% of gross income is gone off the top for taxes and commissions, agents, managers, lawyers, and for those who pay other employees as well. Baby, the math ain't mathing. And I know you're like 10 million plus 8 million and still 2 million to 1 million. So she goes on in her post to say, some of y'all will disregard this thread, but it's critical for me to fight for Black women who are so mistreated and undervalued in this industry. So before you comment, try making minimum wage, or teachers get underpaid too. Yes, that is awful as well. And it's true, but no one comes in their comments calling them spoiled and rich. Y'all do these women's like that every day. Two things can be true, and Black women at all job levels are underpaid. Now, can we stay on topic here, people? Y'all expect celebrities to give you all the glam and the talent and smile when they are being horribly undervalued. And it's not as simple as start a business. They have. Taraji has several. or get better reps. The problem is systematic, and studios won't pay us what they pay non-Black actors, regardless of reps. Please just try to hear what Taraji is saying. Her tears are real and deep, and she's the best of us. Imagine what it's like for the rest. Now that's deep. That's deep. It's still like hearing that, and that's the first time I actually read it. I just knew it was about this. Hearing that still to me says that there's a level of a plantation enslavement type mentality coming out of Hollywood, where the studios, which is almost like the master, is still saying, we ain't paying y'all this, we control y'all, we'll give you this, but we ain't giving you that. Like almost like sharecropping. Like, oh, we're gonna make you feel independent, but we still own you. We still own your ability for growth and how far you can go at the end of the day. It's really sad. It's really sad. And these are not isolated situations that we hear about. We hear about these constantly. Thank you so much, Power Dynamics, for your super chat. Let me try to put it on the screen. It's just hard for me to switch back and forth when I'm going through my notes, my show notes. Great job reporting on the recent lives. Why doesn't Oprah want anybody talking to Whoopi, and why is she excluded from The Color Purple? Yes, I've heard about that. I did not do any digging into that part of the story, but that is definitely something else. that's another arm of this whole saga. But yes, I definitely am aware of that. Closing out this poll question, have you seen the viral videos of Taraji saying that she wants to quit Hollywood? 68% of you have seen this. 32% of you have not. So giving it to you. Also, with those of you who have seen it, we're doing a deep dive here. So my commentary is going a little deeper than the surface stuff. Also, another celebrity who gave more of a involved post regarding this was Keke Palmer, who said the entertainment industry is just like any other industry. We run businesses to keep our brands afloat. Us being the brand / the business, and it's the team of company members that decrease any assumption, any assumed large sum. Oh, so she's saying it's any members of the company, any employees. What's she talking about? Members of the company? What? Any employees of the company decrease any assumed large sums. This includes monthly expenses, just like everyone else. In the words of Biggie, more money, more problems. And that's true. The larger you grow, you need larger resources. You need a team. The team costs money. Hell, even running a YouTube channel, the better your production get, the more money you got to spend to have a decent production. The amount of subscriptions I got in order to pull this stuff together, y'all, is a lot. Hundreds of dollars before I even create a video. Hundreds per month. To make money, you must spend money. So what seems like a lot is taken by a lot. There is still privilege in this depending on what vantage point you are seeing from. But in our industry, amongst one another, this is truly neutralized. So she's saying all of them get treated like that. This is why no one can really have one job anymore. People working outside of the entertainment industry may do Uber Eats, Postmates, accountant part-time, substitute teaching every other week, etc. For an entertainment career, you may be like me, an actor, influencer, host, singer, speaker, etc. I keep a job because I have to. That was her. We all work multiple jobs, and we may like some, but also because we have to. To be successful and live in America's, it's literally the way, because of the cash to expense ratio. And this is why entrepreneurship is so important, but that in and of itself is expensive. Having one job for anyone is not really an option, no matter what industry, unless you are like the top of the top of the top earner. And I mean, that's like Bill Gates and them, I suppose. I don't know because I can't relate. Ha ha ha. I'm not complaining or comparing, but I acknowledge that we all have similar struggles in our industries, and it's because corporations run everything and they aren't people. I can see that. I can see that. I can see that. What do y'all think about what Keke Palmer said? Do you agree? Can you relate to what she said? Trying to see. Here we go. Here we go. So, and there's other proof of Taraji's past, the way that she is and she rides for other people. So she stated that this is not really just about her. That's the reason why she stayed in the industry, because if she leaves, what is she saying to those behind her? Instead, she would rather stay and fight the good fight and try to bring a level of equity across the board for those coming behind her. And so there's proof of her being supportive of other Black women. She really celebrated the successes of other women. And one of the most memorable images is of Taraji Henson over the years was a moment where she was in the audience and she was nominated for an Emmy and lost to Viola Davis. And instead of the typical kind of good sport, like, yeah, that's nice, yay, yay, and the nodding and clapping that we come to expect from many of people when they're in those situations. She actually jumped up, and I don't know how many of you remember that, but she jumped up out of her seat and gave Viola Davis a big hug as she went on stage to accept her honor. So another moment that illustrated this was her fierce support for Black Hollywood in general, including her co-star Fantasia and Danielle Brooks, who have seen her as a guide. They've stated that they've seen her as a guide and a mentor from the beginning of the filming The Color Purple, and beyond that even. And even in a recent interview, Fantasia told the Hollywood Reporter that she stayed up under Taraji while on the set of The Color Purple. She says that she didn't know what she was doing. And sometimes they would yell certain things out about the cameras. And because she wasn't used to it, she would say, like, excuse me, like, what's happening around here? And she says, she'd be like, did everybody forget that I've never done a movie before? And I can see that. And when she said it, I was like, wow, I didn't even think about that, how overwhelming that could be for her as well. Like, you're on your first movie set and you have one of the starring role. Well, you have the starring role. That's the starring role in The Color Purple. And then people walking around like you've been doing this forever. And she said that Taraji led her the entire way. Here's another clip of Taraji with the women during this Color Purple press tour.
And then I'm like, well, who's playing Celie and who's playing? And the names he said, I was like, oh my God, I can't wait to go meet them. Like, this is going to be so incredible. And when I get to set, like, I'm unsure of my singing, and this one's like, girl, you got it. You ain't done an impression of me yet. No, she was gonna say, like, is that her? But that sisterhood and that love that you see and feel on that screen, that's because that's what you get. It's very real, and we held each other up. We inspired each other. Still doing it. Yeah. Like, this is what it's about.
And I have been seeing, them. I don't know if you guys saw the episode of, I forgot what it's called, maybe Celebrity Prank Show or something with Kevin Hart and Nick Cannon, where they have different celebrities playing pranks on each other. And Fantasia was on there with Taraji, and they both basically was playing pranks on each other, but they have built a friendship out of this. And it does look like, there's a sisterhood that has developed out of this. The goal now is to get the money to be as beneficial. So during the Hollywood Reporter presents screening of the Color Purple in New York, Fantasia, Oprah, and Danielle Taraji all celebrated as the two co-stars got Golden Globe nominations. And when I say that, that's Fantasia and Danielle Brooks. And Taraji was once again supportive and told them to relish in the moment, and that particularly for Black actresses, that was this is a rare moment for them to be having. Then we have the whole situation. The other piece of this was the spotlight on Oprah, because of the fact that Taraji came out. She was saying that part of the pay inequity she's been speaking of in Hollywood was not just isolated to other roles and other, projects, but actually also she experienced it when negotiating for the Color Purple, and she felt underpaid, in short, for the Color Purple, but took the job still because she saw a bigger purpose for it, but she felt undervalued. So in response, we hear from Oprah, and Oprah took to her Instagram and posted the following. It says, I've long admired Taraji. She can make you laugh, cry, cheer, and feel everything in between. But I had no idea she could sing. Taraji, the actress, a force. Taraji, the singer. I should have did a voice. A complete revelation. What I love about her portrayal of Shug Avery is that she plays her like a woman who not only sang the blues, but had lived the blues. Oh, I want to do a voice. I should have started with a voice. Only Taraji could do that. She shared that her late father once told her, "You're gonna be one of the greatest actresses alive. But wait until the world hears you sing. Taraji, the stage is now yours, and I already see the standing ovations for you. I'm fiercely welcoming Taraji to the Purple Sisterhood. And I cannot wait for you to meet her version of Shug. The Color Purple is in theaters starting on Christmas Day." Y'all know how Oprah do. I'm sorry, y'all. I had to. So people were commenting and noted that the comments under this post, this particular post, were turned off. Nobody could comment. Oprah said what she said, and she was like, I ain't trying to hear nothing from y'all, because I know y'all gonna be like, you just saying this, give her money. You giving all these compliments, give her some money, give her some of your money. All that. you greedy. They always told her, Monique said you greedy. See, you doing the same thing to Taraji. All that. She cut them comments off. Cut them off. Says, so people were noting that the comments were turned off, and it looks like, Oprah was trying to prevent from being drugged. I then also heard some comments, and I think they were in reference to this particular picture here, where they were saying that Taraji all of a sudden seemed more offish. Is that the word? Standoff from Oprah, like she wasn't embracing her and as close to her as she had been in previous pictures like this. Now, I don't know. This is, whatever. They're supposed. Out here, they're actually obviously on some observation deck on some high-rise structure, like way above somebody's city. It might be cold up there. It could be windy. Somebody could have said, y'all get in here real quick, take a picture. And they like, Lord Jesus, it's cold. So I don't know. I didn't know. For me personally, this wasn't enough for me to say, oh, she wasn't feeling Oprah, because I'm like, there could be all kind of stuff happening right here. All we getting is a photo snap. But I don't know. And this, I don't know if this is what people were referring to or not. But then we have, I think, because she probably got a call from, hello, Taraji, this is Oprah. And she's like, girl, you need to fix this. They're trying to drag me. And so Taraji went to her Instagram and posted this. She said, it is so important for Black women and all women of color to support each other. It is also imperative to have women of color in decision-making positions across all industries. Thank you for responding to my message with the compassion, understanding, and support that I've received. With that being said, Miss Oprah, she put it all in caps, has been nothing less than a steady and solid beacon of light to all of the cast of The Color Purple. She has provided encouragement, these are caps, guidance, and unwavering support to all of us. She told me personally to reach out to her for anything I needed, and I did. Via the media? I don't know. I'm being foolish. She says, it took one call, one conversation, and one decision-making Black woman to make me feel heard. Thank you, Miss at Oprah, for all you do. And 3 purple hearts. So whatever happened, it worked. In front of the scenes, behind the scenes, it worked. Looked like she got the money that she wanted. Now, I know that Oprah, people tend to think that Oprah got her hands in and knows every single thing that's happening with all her companies, and when it comes to all of these negotiations, things of that nature. I get stuff people like, Oprah should have, even with the Tim Norman Sweetie Pie stuff, Oprah should have done this, and Oprah should have. I'm like, do y'all understand that that's just like a little arm of her business? And she not, I mean, of course, from the perspective of damage control, yes, they're going to pay attention. But all the other stuff, she ain't coming to court to testify for Tim Norman or nobody else. Understand that these are businesses for her. So there's a good chance that there is a chance. I'm not saying for sure that she didn't, but I'm going to give her benefit of the doubt that there is a possibility that Oprah did not know exactly what each one of these women were making. Maybe. Even though they did say she negotiated, she's the producer and she was working on the budget for the film. I don't know, y'all. I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna leave it on. I'm gonna keep it moving. I don't know. And I ain't did no more research. Y'all might know. Put it in the chat if you know. Poll question I'm closing out for the next one is, are you going to see the new Color Purple on Christmas Day? 35% of you, yes. 65% of y'all like, nah, I'm gonna be with my family or just stuffing my face or with my family. Some of us do that on Christmas Eve, so then we're free on Christmas Day. So at least that's my situation. The next poll question I just put in the chat is, are you planning to see the new Color Purple movie at all? Are you planning to see it at all? Now, you might not be going on Christmas Day, but are you going to see it at all? And this next clip I have is, this is actually prior to, I didn't pull in any of these videos and they are like really lagging to come in. But I actually was going to be playing this. But this is before all of this stuff went down.
It's such a pleasure and an honor and just a good time. I'm so glad they fitted this. When I first saw it, it was like a big balloon thing. It looks great. It looks great. Thank you. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad to be here. First day. Shug Avery is coming to town.
Oh my God, who found this place, right?
How are you feeling?
I feel good. You know what? This project, like you said, feels blessed. There's certain projects you do that you just feel a presence that lets you know it's bigger than you. Like this thing is bigger than all of us, and I think we realize that. That's how important this story is.
So that was them actually on the first day of shooting the movie. So we've been, that's been a while ago, but just showing that there was, some camaraderie, and it definitely seems like there is again, and I'm happy about that. Or maybe it never even changed. So the last clip I have with this is Taraji has definitely been vocal about this whole thing, even prior to The Color Purple, but especially, in recent. And so there's a lot of clips out there with her talking about, a career in entertainment as a Black woman, et cetera, et cetera. And one of the ones related to this press tour, in this particular clip, Taraji teaches us life lessons, not just about Hollywood, but really about life itself.
But you gotta check that hoe. You gotta check her. I mean it. No, you have to check your ego. Because if I had let ego run amok, I would have been like, oh no, if you can't hire me, I would have passed up an incredible moment.
Some people did.
Oh, yes.
And I don't mean that in a personal
bad way,
but people do that.
They do that. And you wonder why this one is so talented. Why they didn't know. We're trying to give you some insight here. Always show up. Check your ego. You're being tapped for a reason. You might have to go through a hurdle or two, but that makes you hungry. Don't ever get comfortable. People ask me all the time, you feel like you made it? No, I ain't feel. What's your best role? My next one.
Yeah. Right.
Words are powerful. Words are very powerful. And not only that, as a human, baby, I'm still growing. I have not even arrived as a human. I'm still learning lessons, falling down and getting up.
Wow.
So that's how it came to me. He called and was like, Taraji, you are out, Shug. And I looked at him like he was crazy. I was like, no, it couldn't be me. But I'm so grateful that man saw something in me. I didn't even believe in myself like this.
Wow.
And then to get with this one, and she's like, girl, you got it. I was so freaking nervous. Me too. But you know what I love? You know what I love, though? And I'm going to say this for y'all, because, I'm a little more seasoned. And I've been doing it in 2 decades.
Because you never do, yeah.
But I am so happy for you guys. And I'm going to say this because when I came to LA, it was one at a time. And if you didn't look a certain way, Hollywood had me thinking I was ugly, y'all. They would say she's pretty, but she's not Hollywood. What the fuck is that?
What the fuck is that?
And so all those years I spent thinking I wasn't pretty. And I look at those pictures now that I'm older and I'm going, oh my God, girl, you were beautiful. How come you couldn't see that? Because you listening to outside sources. When I came to Hollywood, it was one at a time. You had to look a certain way. You had to speak a certain way. I was considered too edgy, too black. That's what they're saying. But to sit here and be in the show, in a movie, and I get to support these beautiful women who this is your first major film. I want you to understand how special this is. You hear what I'm saying? You've been doing this on the stage, off the stage, TV, but this is her first major feature film. So I'm saying this to say, when you see a Black woman up here, baby, we jumped hurdles to get here. We fought all the obstacles.
Yes.
Getting paid less than. And we do it with grace. We do it with grace because if we speak up too much, we're considered angry. I'm trying to give you lessons here. I didn't want to get emotional like this, God damn it.
Oh my God.
But I want these two beautiful women to be proud. And I want you to hold on to this moment. Because oftentimes when Black people get to tell our stories, we are tampered with. They don't let us tell the stories. They come in and they interject and it's like, but that's not our culture. So I'm telling you this. This is rare, baby. I'm hoping that this work that we're doing is going to change things. But I'm just so happy to be alive to see that all the fighting and fussing and crying is paying off. It's paying off.
Oscar, you said it. Oscar, you said it.
I want you guys to hold on to it.
I'm like, where's my video? But yeah, you can definitely see that somebody who can talk like that has been through some ish. Like she has really been through it. And I saw somebody had tweeted under the post that I got that video from, and they said, "You know you're tired. I know you're tired, and pause if you must, but don't stop. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning." Psalms 35. I didn't check to see if that was correct, but Psalms 35. And I thought that was just how heartfelt it is. And you can just see there's a pain behind that. Like everything that glitters ain't gold. You know, you see people on TV and in movies, and you have this perspective that their lives are perfect, and oh, she's rich, and oh, they're, you know, the doors are open for them and stuff. And then when you peek behind the veil, you realize these people are just like you with an elevated situation of issues, and theirs are just out viewable for the public and for public consumption in most cases. But I love, you know, her really taking a stance of being the change that she wants to see. I'm going to do some comments, and then we're going to go ahead and check out of here. Just remember that we will be back at, I'm forgetting the time, 7:15 Central, 8:15 Eastern for our day. It's our third episode. I'll just call it that because it'd be confusing. I started saying day 3. It is the third day, but technically it's the first day of the trial transcript we're still reading, but it's the third day we've been doing. But I'm going to just say the third episode of our Tim Norman reenactment, trial reenactment. So join us tonight if you are able to. And yeah, we're going to be back for here. So check it out. Okay, start comments. Thank you again, Power Dynamics for Life friend. I really appreciate your continued support and holding me down with these super chats. I do not take it for granted. I notice every time you do it, and I greatly appreciate it. Happy holidays, friend. Margin is saying, Veil, the problem is that if you can't open other businesses, if you can't manage it. Yeah, that's the other piece to consider as well. When people say, well, you're rich, you're a celebrity, well, you got enough money, open up businesses to support yourself and sustain yourself between acting jobs, etc. Well, the problem is, in order to open a business, you got to have staff. In order to have staff, you got to pay that staff. So it actually costs you more money, and then you got to have somebody to manage it because you're too busy to manage it because you flying all over the world acting and doing projects. So absolutely, it's not as cut and dry. And starting businesses, operating businesses is not for the faint of heart at all. Kimberly is saying, I'm annoyed that the mainstream media will run that clip of Taraji into the ground, but nothing will change for Black actors and actresses. I hear you. I like to be an optimist. And so I like to feel like this is helping move the needle, pushing the ball, or pushing the stone up the mountain just a little bit more. And I think we have to keep in mind, because I like to be an optimist, because you got to keep in mind, if we had that same mindset and stood on it, some people did, and they got left behind. Some people did. But if people had that same mindset back in the 1900s, the 1920s, the 1930s, the 1940s, 50s, 60s, 70s, we have come a long way since then. Now, I ain't saying it's right or none of that. I'm just saying we can't subscribe to, oh, ain't nothing gonna change, massa ain't gonna do nothing, we can talk about it all we want, but massa ain't gonna listen. Stop that, because the truth is we are very powerful, and we have done a hell of a lot with all the odds being against us. We have a Black billionaire. I ain't talking about that part of the story. I'm gonna stay with this side of stuff. We have a Black billionaire who owns his own studio that produces movies and TV shows, etc., that is bigger than the others. Now we're gonna forget about it just for this moment. Don't cancel me for this moment. We're gonna chew the meat, spit out the bone, or the boners. Let me stop. Let me get out. Let me finish. Let me get on out of here. But yeah, I hear you, friend. Though I do hear you, but I like to be optimistic, and I do believe this does move. She got her money. She got her money. Whether it was from Oprah or whoever, she got her money. So Closed mouths don't get fed, friend. Closed mouths don't get fed. That is a true statement. Precious G is saying they act like Monique was lying and blackballed her. Yeah, this definitely that came to my mind as I was researching this story. Like, how familiar? Because Monique was talking about the same wage disparity with Precious, and how they wanted her to do all this extra stuff after already her taking way below her rate to even do the movie, and did an amazing job at the movie. Even though some people say that was her personality. Some people said that wasn't acting. So I agree with that. That did cross my mind. However, I'm going to go with Trey Keisha. I starred this. It was already ready. Trey Keisha said, I'm going to walk out of the Mo conversation with the eye emojis. Because there's more to that. Some of that stuff is self-imposed. But I hear you. For sure, I hear you. Because there's a lot of similarities in the wage disparity and the fight that the actress is having to put up to get a fair wage for amazing work. So I'm with you with that. However, there's some other stuff added on to the most situation. C-Dub says, I've always believed you should pay people their fair share of compensation. I'm giving so much of me and I expect to be compensated correctly. Yeah, and the truth is we have to demand it though. How many of us have been in, work situations, corporate America, negotiating, getting a new job and negotiating a salary? Something I learned years ago. Never take their first offer. Well, now if you're working at Kmart or something, or Walmart or something, that's different. I'm talking about when you got the corporate gigs and you get the offer letter, or there's an offer letter involved and all of that stuff. Negotiate. They always going. And even when I was a hiring manager, director, and I hired people, I had a budget. I had a budget, and usually it depended on the role, but I would have somewhere between $5,000-$10,000 difference. Now these were, not management roles per se, but I could, and I would have to sometimes go a little lower. Wouldn't try to cheat the person completely, but go a little lower because I'm like, ooh, but if they take that, then I can go on 3 conferences next year versus just 1. That's in the budget. I got more room because I had to give it to them in salary. But if they said, hey, they needed more, and I had it to give, they got it. My assistant did that to me. I was like, if you wait a bit longer, we can give you. Now she screwed herself in the end. Now I'm all off subject, but she screwed herself in the end because I was going to be able to give her a $15,000 raise, but she wanted it right then and there. And we didn't have a full budget. She only got a $5,000 raise. I was like, you ain't listening. I'm telling you, I got more for you if you let us get to the next fiscal year. But anyway, but yes, negotiate your salaries. Negotiate your salaries. Black actresses can't even get their, oh yeah, this one. Kimberly saying Black actresses can't even get their hair and makeup done properly on set. Yeah, that's been another discussion that a lot of Black actresses have talked about in saying they go on these sets and then there are people there who do hair and makeup who aren't used to doing African American or Black and brown people of colors hair and makeup. And so then they come out looking like ghosts and stuff, or too dark. Hair all fried out, and they got that was Oprah. Wasn't that Oprah who said she went somewhere? I forgot where she said, where she has this story of how her hair got burnt all out. And that's how she ended up with an afro in the first season of what was it called? Windy City Live or something? Or that was another show. Chicago Today, whatever the Oprah Winfrey show was called before it became the Oprah Winfrey show. She said she had that fro because they had burnt her hair out. Them white folks sent her somewhere to some other white folks and they burnt her hair out. Permed it. Bad perm. Yeah, thank you, Carol. Bad perm. So yes. Novell, that's not Oprah. Now give me who is it? Darlene P. It was in the moment, friend. I know I was trying to work on it as I was doing it. Had I thought about it earlier, I would have worked on it better. Give me time. Some of these voices I got to work on. Power dynamics for life. Words are nice, Oprah, but dollars are better. Yeah. Well, and I think she knew that because from what we're hearing, from what Taraji said herself, she backed it up with the dollars as well. Or they got the right people to back it up with the dollars. PC is saying the problem is not so much what they make, but it is the comparison with their counterparts, that I can understand. Absolutely, absolutely, yes. I think we're all kind of clear on that. Well, I ain't gonna say that. I'm clear on that, and I know a few other people are. AM Chicago, thank you so much, C Sands, for clarification. That was Oprah's first show that morphed into the Oprah Winfrey show, was AM Chicago. Burnt to hell, sitting there with an afro on the cold, windy streets of Chicago in the wintertime. And she had a beautiful lock of hair back in the day. Well, even now, she claims that's her real hair still. So y'all women be knowing that stuff. I don't know. I just take it at face value. You say that's your hair, okay. Long as I ain't seeing the lace looking like that, then I know, okay, well, I'm gonna take you at your word. But if that lace doing that and you talking about your real hair, I'm like, that ain't your real hair, girl. I see that lace. Anyway, the Untouchable Girl says, you think an actor, actress would discuss their pay before they would even start filming a movie? She did. That wasn't in question at all. That wasn't, I don't know, you may have come in and out or caught bits and pieces of this or this show or other people talking about it. That's not the issue. She did negotiate her salary. All of them negotiated their salary before. What she's saying is she took a lower salary than she felt she was worth because she wanted, she saw the value in taking the role, but they weren't budging. And it was like, either take this or I lose out on the opportunity of this monumental project that will live in the ether. And so she decided to prioritize the project over her money when she shouldn't have had to do that, is basically. So now that she's in it, she's like, we've all had things where we felt a little forced to do something, then you get in it and you're doing it and you still pissed. You piss even more because you're doing it, but you felt you needed to. So that's what that was. She did negotiate her salary. All of them did. But that's all I have for this. Thank you to everyone who is here. Please hit that like button if you haven't. Also, again, let me close out this poll. Are you planning to see the new Color Purple movie at all? 75% of you say yes. 25% of you say no. Let me know why. Let me know down in the comments under the video if you are going or if you are not going. And if you're not going, let me know why. I'm just curious. The first version was absolutely my favorite movie, one of my favorite movies of all time. I grew up watching it and have watched it probably 50 plus times. I used to watch it on repeat during the summer months when I was a kid on VHS tape. Just rewind and keep it playing. It was on loop. So I definitely love the movie and can't wait to see this new version. So yeah, I'm just always curious if people aren't interested at all of what you think about that. But anyway, we will be back at 7:15 Central, 8:15 Eastern. So join us for the Tim Norman trial transcript reenactment. It is going to be a good time. We will actually have the testimony starts with Michelle Griggs, which is Andre Montgomery's mother. So that we should get to that part this evening. So it is going to switch up a little bit on you. And then I actually have a little Sweetie Pies update in general as well. So definitely check it out. Come back and we will see you soon. So with that, until next time, until 7:15 Central, 8:15 Eastern, make sure to take care and be blessed.